Hey there, I'm Galahound19. Now you'll find something a little different with today's video. This is a collab with a fellow YouTuber artist called Kingpin Creations. Now on deciding with today's video, we had so many prompts to choose from, so we decided on all of them. For the first part, I'll be creating a character which certain traits will be depicted by the roll of a dice. For the second part, I'll be fusing that character with a Marvel Rivals character of Kingpin's choosing. And for the third and final part, I'll be venomizing that character. And be sure to check out Kingpin's version of this video. He's got some pretty wicked designs. Why am I sitting here talking about it? Let's go! Okay, got my dice here, got my list right there, so let's go! 4, that's water powers. Alright, now let's see what kind of armor we're getting. 6, that would be normal armor. Don't know what that is, but okay. That's red armor. Hair will be medium. Armor style will be star shapes. And now for the weapon. A sword. Okay, that's good enough for me. And here's a bit of fan fiction. Ayana woke up an hour earlier, excited for her first day on the village guard, but wanted to get some training in with her aquakinesis, her ability to control the water around her, and she had only acquired this ability in less than a year, but Ayana used them so graciously as if she had always had them. Ayana lived her whole life in Zodiastra, and is content to stay that way till she was old and gray. Her home is the hidden village of stars, with a residence little over 200, admittedly small, but has some big secrets. For these people have always looked upon the stars, worshipping the 12 zodiacs. And centuries ago, their ancestors discovered the means of channeling the Zodiac's awesome powers. They swore a taboo never to use them for war, so they went into secrecy, granting these abilities through a spiritual practice to any tribeling at the rightful age of 16. The Aquarius grants water abilities, much like Ayana's. The Leo grants flame conjuring and manipulation. The Taurus immense strength and durability. Each zodiac grants their own unique power, all for the protecting and serving of Zodiastra. Ayana was repeating that phrase in her head as she donned her red-colored armor, given to her by the village elder for being the top student in combat class. The young woman has worked hard and has now earned her place among her people. Well, for a short time, that is. Before she could meet up with the other guards, the village bell was ringing out. There was an attack! Ayana ran through the streets as flaming arrows descended upon the village square. An invading force, which outnumbered the villagers 5 to 1. Usually this made little difference. The powers of the Zodiacs would have swatted them away. But these forces were being led by the Mandarin, a dark sorcerer warlord. Their village sent their strongest warriors to fight him. But one by one, the Mandarin destroyed them. Faced with no way out, the village elder made a desperate decision. Whilst their homes were burning, the elder cast a powerful spell, sealing his remaining villagers in a time bubble, making it look like they had all perished in the flames. The story doesn't end there, no. This is just the beginning. Hey there, Kingpin Creation! You know, you're the only guy I know who spells king with a Y.
Yeah, I'm not good at spelling.
Neither am I. Nobody's perfect.
Yep.
So, thank you so much for agreeing to my little collab here.
Yeah, no problem.
Right,
it sounded like a great idea.
Okay, King. I rolled the dice. Now check this out.
So out of curiosity, before you show me, what did you roll?
Okay. I rolled normal armor with a red color, star patterns, water powers, short hair, and a sword.
Oh, nice. And then,
Yeah, except I didn't realize about the second page until, well, yeah, but it's still a good piece of art. I mean,
yeah, honestly, the second page was just a bunch of minor things. The first page is what really mattered. And based on what you rolled, this is a really, really cool picture.
oh, thanks. What's your favorite part about it?
Oh, my favorite part is the composition, the way the water frames the character. It's such fluid motion within it. And I like how it gets more transparent the closer it gets to her hand. That's a really, really cool effect you have going there.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
if you look closer, I kind of put the star pattern along her little sash there,
Oh, yeah, I
right
see
along
it.
her clothing. Yeah. So I kind of imagined this character as like she was part of this secret tribe that gained their powers from the Zodiacs, but
Ooh, I
then
like that.
but then they were destroyed by an enemy clan until their village elder had to like seal the majority of his people away in a time bubble, right, making it look like they perished in the flames. But then a few dozen years or even decades later, she comes back. All right,
Okay.
and now all she wants is revenge, and she gets
Nice.
a few creative ideas on how to do it. Ayana woke up and just aimlessly stared at the ceiling. To her, it had just been 2 years since her village had been burned to the ground, but she knew it had been far longer than that. That day was supposed to be the reward for her hard work and commitment, so why couldn't she have fought harder for it? If she really had a natural talent with her abilities, then why couldn't she have held back the Mandarin? Those thoughts have been rearing their ugly heads more and more often. The village elder gave his life to save Ayana and their people, and she will always be grateful. But they've been stuck in that time bubble for, hundreds of years. Now every semblance of her home is gone. Her people had adjusted and rebuilt their community easily enough, but Ayana just couldn't let go of her anger, and she only felt worse when she found out the Mandarin, the one responsible, was still alive to this very day. She found out via a newspaper article with a clear picture of the Mandarin fighting some of the weirdest band of warriors Ayana had ever seen. A spider-themed hero dressed in red and blue, a man in a white cloak, and a girl with a squirrel on her shoulder. Ayana strongly doubted these people would be able to stop the Mandarin, but she knew of a way that might even the odds. She returned to the remains of her village. She had searched through the rubble for hours until she found it, an ancient stone tablet. It was cracked, withered, but had the clear instructions for a magic spell, one that was forbidden amongst her people. And Ayana had an idea on who to try it on first. An idea she wouldn't have gone for if she was more level-headed, but here we go. Skipping the boring details, she managed to track him down, someone who also draws power from the astral planes. The street-level hero, Moon Knight. His connection to the Egyptian god Khonshu was exactly what Ayana wanted. Not that she was comfortable with what she was about to do. Ayana cornered the white-cladded hero in a dark alleyway, then, reluctantly, she cast the spell. A beam of light shot between the both of them, as all of Moon Knight's powers, his healing armor, his connection to Khonshu, all transferred to Ayana. And then the man before her was left dazed and confused, but she left without even saying a word. She was ashamed of what she had just done, but she told herself that she needed these powers for what comes next. Now for the fusion, you suggested Moon Knight for
The one and only.
all right? Yes, I am a big Moon Knight fan.
Yeah.
Especially after that Disney Plus series.
I was going to say, I really like that series. I thought it was cool.
So, check this out.
Oh, that's sick. Once again, the water effects are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Yeah, so, in this kind of like a story, the girl like seeks out power. So she finds this like a spell that allows her to steal zodiac energy from another, but she wouldn't take it from her own clan. So she stole energy from Moon Knight.
oh, nice.
Yeah, but later she gets a little more than she bargains
Yeah.
for, if you know what I mean.
Yep, definitely.
Ayana didn't get much sleep done that night. To ease her conscience, she tried reminding herself on how the draining spell works, how it can only take power from those with astral abilities, and the Mandarin gets his power from 10 enchanted rings, so she couldn't use the spell on him. She told herself that she needed these abilities so that she could take down the Mandarin once and for all. And so, she went from interrogating C-rank villains to basically searching through every nook and cranny trying to find a Mandarin. But after 2 weeks, she turned up no leads. But that was until he came to her. Ayana was confused at first, but wasn't going to waste a second and went straight for the kill. But even with her new acquired power, the Mandarin just toyed with her, even took the time to go into a villain monologue, laughing about how Ayana had hurt that hero for her own selfish gain. And that only made Ayana angrier, which was exactly what the Mandarin wanted. He then threw a strange canister at her. Ayana furiously sliced it in half, which was a mistake. Black ooze spilled from the canister and splattered all over her. And this made her blood boil with disgust. She lunged for the Mandarin, but something stopped her in her tracks. Black tendrils had wrapped around her legs and torso. This was a symbiote, feeding off of her anger and taking control of her body. And that made the Mandarin laugh harder. He said, if you're going to behave like a monster, then you might as well be one. And then, with a wave of his hand, he disappeared in a flash of green light, leaving the symbiote with its new host. It began running amok through the streets. Ayana was horrified of what that thing was making her do, and ashamed of what she did previously. In her head was like a whirlpool of emotions. The symbiote made her lift a car and hurl it at an old man, but then someone swung by and snatched the guy out of the way. It was Spider-Man. Him and the Venomized Ayana fought each other with fists flying and tendrils shooting, both evenly matched in speed and power, until Spidey called out. I did my research on you. I know of your village and what the Mandarin did. I know you're angry, but if anger was enough to stop him, he would have fell a long time ago. Don't stoop to his level. You can find friends to help you. Of course you have to answer for your crimes, but I can tell that there's some good in you that's trying to find its way. Those last words hit her the hardest. She felt trapped in darkness long before the symbiote. She then swung her fist for her own head. She began fighting back for control, and that gave Spidey enough time to set off a fire alarm in a nearby building. The loud noise disrupted the symbiote's control. Spidey then spun a strand of web and pulled Ayana out of that thing. It was over. Now, the next few weeks weren't so fun. She returned Moon Knight's power, who was understandably angry, but accepted her apology. She spent some time in S.H.I.E.L.D. custody, but wasn't in there as long as she was expecting. In fact, Nick Fury came in and made her an offer. To serve out her sentence, she'll be doing community service, working with the street-level hero team, the Defenders. Ayana was surprised. Up to that point, nothing had gone to plan. But then she thought maybe it was time to be like water and go with the flow. So she accepted this new chapter of her life. Okay.
And then you also suggested that we take these fusions and venomize them.
That I did. Now, my character, after stealing Moon Knight's power, her anger drew the attention of a certain symbiote. And this is what it looks like.
Ooh, that's really cool.
So, yeah, when I was designing it, I had intended to put like tendrils behind her, but then I thought, what if I just do it as like water, but really dark? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I kind of turned her like her little weapon into like a buster sword type thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
And if you look at her shoulder, I kind of have like a second mouth and a missing eye.
Yeah.
So the symbiote is kind of like letting her see everything she's doing and let everyone seeing her fear. All right.
Right.
And if you look at the hood, you see it's like a mouth
Yeah.
thing.
Similar to like I think I correct me if I'm wrong, but Venomized Spider Gwen has like the hood with the teeth on it. Or like
Admittedly, I was drawing inspiration from that.
yeah, nice. I also really like how the veins on the Venom symbiote look a lot like water reflections.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really nice design touch.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I really enjoyed this. It's really pushed me creatively.
Oh,
All right.
definitely.
I tried out whole new skills and I'm super happy with the results.
Yeah, definitely. This was a lot of fun.
I know. We should do this again sometime, eh? And maybe in a not so distant future.
Hopefully, we got to coordinate schedules again. That's always the hardest part.
Yeah. I think that's all the time we got for today. So let's say goodbye to the audience, eh?
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. Bye bye. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Kingpin's channel. You know, that's Kingpin with a Y.
And don't forget to check out Galahound's version of this video. I will put a link to their channel in the description.
Okay. We will catch you all next time.
Take care, everybody.